You are about to listen to the words of Fethullah Gulen, a distinguished Islamic scholar and thinker. In this podcast, you will hear his essay, The Souls Devoted to God.
For those who dedicate their lives to loving God, the attainment of His pleasure is the ultimate aim. These devoted ones do not expect anything, either material or spiritual, in return for their service. This is their most remarkable feature and their most important source of power. They do not take into account the values of this temporal life. Profit, labor, and prosperity mean nothing to them. Such souls are devoted to ideals far loftier than the values of the world. Since they are singly focused on God's good pleasure, it is difficult to divert them from their goal. They have undergone an ultimate transformation and have stripped every ephemeral thing from their hearts. Thus, their character is unchanging. They have dedicated themselves entirely to the ideal of service, and they care only to help others love God and be loved by Him. They bind their lives to the lives of others and shed all temporal expectations. They work for what is more precious than worldly reward. Such dedication establishes unity in them, not dispersion. As a result, they are far removed from the cheap antagonisms of society that try to divide us from them. They have no problems with anyone. They take great pains to avoid conflict with their community, and they always think of how to help those around them. When they address society's problems, they speak as mentors, not warriors, inspiring others to live virtuously. They avoid political influence and run from any opportunity to rule over others. In every aspect of life, these devoted souls apply their virtue and knowledge. They give their knowledge meaning by expressing it through action, according to the depth of their inner strength. In this way, they are tireless guides to whoever would emulate their human virtues. But in this, they never think of personal gain, and they run from worldly praise as if they were fleeing scorpions and snakes. The wealth of their inwardness needs no advertisement or embellishment. Their behavior, which arises out of and reflects their spirit, is sweet enough to attract anyone with a refined palate. Therefore, they have no desire to boast, nor do they need eloquent words to inflate their value. They are not ambitious for renown, but endeavor with all their strength towards a life of the heart and spirit. They seek God's pleasure in all their actions, exerting great effort towards this lofty goal. Like the prophets before them, they care nothing for worldly favors. Today, the foundations of our faith are under attack, and we should direct our every effort towards protecting them. We must support people in their religious feelings and thoughts, for these alone will rescue them from aimlessness and inspire them to greatness. Faith must be revitalized in the hearts of our people. In a time when others intend to change the traditional structure of society, we must once again direct people towards the spiritual life. This is crucial, for if society is separated from its traditional moorings, conflict and division will proliferate. But spiritual reorientation will always bring about agreement and cooperation. Those souls devoted to God's pleasure experience no emptiness in their mental life due to the singularity of their purpose. They are always receptive to reason and science, for true faith requires such an attitude. Their worldly ambitions and corporeal desires melt away as each progresses towards God according to his capacity. Those desires are replaced by a distinct spiritual delight that originates in God's good pleasure. Therefore, though these devoted souls may commune with angels in their hearts, they can cooperate with anyone, fulfilling the legitimate requirements of life in the world. In this regard, they are both worldly and otherworldly. Their worldliness grounds them in the realm of natural laws, and they too must observe the limitations of the physical world, but their otherworldliness allows them to measure everything according to their heart's spiritual reality. The spiritual life prohibits worldliness to a certain extent, but it does not completely abandon the world, and those devoted to God's pleasure should never be separated from the world. On the contrary, they stand at its very center, directing its course as God's representatives. But they do not adopt such a stance for the sake of the world itself. Rather, it is in order that we could relate everything to the world to come. In this, our bodies find their proper limit and our spirit learns its true horizon. Nature is the appropriate domain for bodily life, but the horizon of spiritual life should be directed boundlessly toward infinite realities, for this is its nature. If we consistently engage with lofty thoughts, if we commit our lives to the one who has granted them, if we regard others as more important than ourselves, and if we always seek the summits of spirituality, then we will also learn the appropriate limit of our personal pleasures. A life of such spiritual depth may sound difficult, but for those who give themselves to God, the task is easy. They have made service the purpose of their life, and they work tirelessly so that everybody can meet God. These souls live constantly at the threshold of the hearts of others and are always at the gate of the divine. No duty is difficult for someone who, filled with awe and pure love, puts his faith in the Creator and speaks from his heart. Such a hero of the heart dedicates his attention to God, thinks only of Him, and takes every opportunity to become closer with Him. In response, God grants him special favors, reveals to others his privileged position, and rewards his fidelity with heavenly compliments. If your devotion is sincere and genuine, as God will always grant you special favors, your work will receive divine acknowledgement and you will become a subject of heavenly conversations according to the degree of your commitment to God. But first, you must make God's pleasure the ultimate purpose of your life. Then the sincerity of your thoughts, words, and actions will secure for you a luminous paradise in world to come. Indeed, those who fill their sails with the winds of their good fortune will cruise smoothly toward God, carried along by breezes of divine favors. The Quran's depiction of such fortunate ones is worthy of contemplation. Such men are not distracted either by commerce or profit from remembering God, keeping up the prayer, and paying the prescribed alms, for they fear a day when hearts and eyes will turn over. God will reward such people according to the best of their actions, and He will give them more of His bounty. God provides limitlessly for anyone He will. In submission to God, these devoted souls rid themselves of the burdens of worry and grief, thus attaining freedom. Nothing is hidden from them. Compared to their attainments in their spiritual realm, the fleeting blessings and pleasures of this world are no more than empty bowls left on a dirty table. What are the transient contents of this physical world compared to the eternal beauties reflected in the world of their heart? Does nature not turn green in the spring and grow pale in the summer? But souls oriented towards eternity reject everything that does not promise everlasting togetherness with God. Their hearts move toward the gardens of the infinite, and neither this world nor its many distractions can cause them to stumble.
You have just listened to the words of Fethullah Gulen, brought to life through an AI-generated voice. Known for his teachings on faith, interfaith dialogue, peace, and education, Meister Gulen also inspired the Hizmet movement, a global initiative that promotes democracy, human rights, equality, and nonviolence. To learn more about Fethullah Gulen and the Hizmet movement, visit fethullahgulen.org.